Yeah. hmm let's see here. 1950. Yes, Frank G. Monroe. I'm going to look for a copy of this. The original understanding of equal protection of the laws. Yes. Now, all these little lawsuits. Yes. You're going to get one of these for refusing uh, to enforce the 14th Amendment. Now, this idea, right, that you're just going to continue to say that I, as a citizen, yeah, am not a protected class of citizens because I don't have a residence, I don't have an actual place where you can send mail. I don't have a bank account. In fact, I don't have any money on my person at this very moment. I have zero money. But when I think about all of those that decided, well, we're going to violate the laws and we're going to be unwilling and unable to enforce the laws, and we're just going to take Paul's sons and we're going to give them to his wife, yeah, and we're going to keep them in the wrong grades. There's going to be a lot of lawsuits. And I wanted Homeland Security to know that I will sue every fucking employee right now because you're unwilling and unable to enforce the laws equally on behalf of all the classes of citizens. Now, the legislative history, yes, supports the notion not only that conspiracies by private individuals, yes, known as Mike Van Proyn, any of his dogs, and any of the employee, oops, any of Mike, I'd like to speak to your wife about why it is, yes, that this county sent my mail to your address, yes, arrested me multiple times for crimes I didn't commit, yeah, and then refuses to enforce child abuse. So, Mike, I'd like to speak to your wife. Equal protection of the laws was conceptually possible, but also that the statute was enacted to protect citizens against precisely such a deprivation. At the time, the statute was passed, the Ku Klux Klan and private individuals had acted to subvert state law enforcement mechanisms and to ensure unequal application of state laws. Now, I know about the KKK. In fact, I said, if you want to join them, go ahead. I sent you applications. See, I am an American citizen, and as much as you have a hatred for anything, you have a hatred for women, yes, you have an hatred for black people. You can hate anybody in this nation, and I think that is your right. But as soon as you all conspire right now you violated the laws. You can hate anyone you want. You just cannot hurt them. You can't harm them. Yes. And you cannot conspire to violate the laws to get what you want. Pooh. I'm big on this whole idea of hatred. It sounds kind of odd, but it is a freedom, isn't it? I have a hatred. I hate middle aged Nazis. See, in watching that film at 2 a.m. after having gone outside and really puked my guts up, poop, because my Uncle Wayne decided to sew the electric grid into myself so that he could see me shaving. This idea of using electricity in the bodies of American citizens, that's got to be a Nazi invention, pooch, from the 1930s? Yes. Now let's see. How do you see through my eyes, or am I crazy for thinking that? I see, I see. Oh, I see. How do you see? Now, I don't really care who you hate. I consider it a freedom. I hate those that are middle aged Nazis that use electricity to torture American citizens. Ouch. See, the young Nazis, they might shave off their hair. They might have swastikas all over their bodies. But the truth of the matter is their hatred is a freedom. Yeah. And as long as they don't torture, terrorize, or conspire to deprive Americans of the equal enforcement of the laws, I don't care what they do. Be a Nazi. Good for you. But those that get into their 50s to their 70s, the seniors of the Nazis, see, they got the money, don't they? Oh. They think that this nation needs to be like it was in 1936, but it's 2019. Now, you would say hatred is a freedom. See, I can hate middle-aged Nazis. I can hate Nazis that have all conspired that they would not enforce forgery laws. You would not enforce perjury laws. You wouldn't enforce subordination of perjury laws. You won't enforce child abuse laws because you're way. I can hate you, but I don't use physical violence. Oops, sign here. See, I can use the judicial system of the United States as soon as you enforce my rights. I can sue every oath of office in this nation, pal. Every sheriff, every police officer. I can sue every fucking one of you because I can hate. Now, I know I mentioned loving my enemies, ooch, but as an American citizen, hatred is a freedom. Now, these are what's called forged instruments. A forged instrument for financial institution purposes is any item bearing the signature of anyone besides an unauthorized party. I had to read that multiple times because it's kind of backwards, really. Yes. A forged instrument for financial institution purposes, yes, is any item bearing the signature of anyone besides an unauthorized party. That means it wouldn't be considered a forgery, yes, if it was the authorized signature of the party. Oh, it took me a while to get it, really, it did.